In order to find the area of a triangle using trig, we're going to develop the formula from what we remember from geometry, and actually before that in middle school, we learned that the area of a triangle can be found by taking half base times height. In the picture on the right hand side of triangle ABC, you see that the height is given as h. However, the base of that triangle is a. So in place of b in the formula that we're familiar with, the boxed formula has a replacing b. So we have that the area is 1/2 a times h. Now, if we look at that right triangle, triangle CDA, which I'll shade here in yellow, triangle CDA is a right triangle, and we can say from our knowledge of trig that sine of angle C is equal to opposite h over hypotenuse b. So step 1, we're writing an expression with sine in it. In step 2, we're going to isolate that equation by multiplying both sides by b and getting h is equal to b times sine of c. Now looking at our formula from the original in the box that we have with the original formula we are familiar with, 1/2 a times h, we're going to replace h with the expression from 2. So in place of h, we're going to put b times c sine of c. So we can see that we don't actually need to know what the height is. The area formula given in step 3 is the one I'm going to record in the box. 1/2 AB, side length A times side length B, times sine of angle C. And so A and B are any two sides, and C is the included angle between A and B. The formula is also referred to, because the angle is included, as side angle side, formula for area. Why is this nice to know? Well, if we know this formula and we're given two sides and the angle included in between, we don't necessarily have to find the height anymore. So we no longer have to rely on finding that in-between step, finding altitude or height of a triangle. So pretty basic formula. So you're given an example number 1, the triangle on the right. You have two sides and the angle included in between, and you're asked to find the area. So once again, we don't need to necessarily find the height anymore, which is nice. If we know the formula to be area equals 1/2 AB times sine of C, so long as the angle is included, I just take 1/2 times the two sides, 12 times 18, times sine of the angle measure included in between those two sides, sine of 55. So one-step calculation on your calculator. This is approximately 88.468. However, they do ask us to round it to the nearest hundredths of a unit, so this is approximately 88.47 square units. In example 2, you're given the triangle at the right, find its area, express the answer to the nearest tenth of a square unit. So you have side, you have another side, and you have the angle included in between. So once again, the formula would be the two given sides, 7 and 10, and then the included angle in between, we would take sine of that angle, so sine of 25 degrees. So if we simplify that out, round it to the nearest tenth, that would be 14.8